the son of a police officer who was killed in the line of duty, tried to win his dad's car at an auction, but was outbid when the price far exceeded what he had. Just as he thought he had lost the last vestige of his late father, a stranger walked over to him and handed him something he never expected. Before we continue, please take some time to subscribe to Dailydose, like, and share this video with your friends. After Sam Brownlee was killed in the line of duty, 19-year-old Tanner Brownlee was determined to salvage anything left behind by his late father. Although he managed to inherit his father's motorcycle jacket, it was too big for him to wear. Instead, he was hoping for something he would be able to use and cherish more intimately. The jacket, though a tangible connection to his father, did not provide the daily comfort or the practical use Tanner was looking for. It was a symbol, but it wasn't enough. Soon after, Tanner was notified that his dad's patrol car would be up for auction to raise money for charity. The Dodge Charger, which his father had driven during his time on the force, was appraised at $12,500. It was more than just a car to Tanner. It was a mobile memory of his father's dedication and service. Determined to bring this piece of his father's life back into his own, Tanner set about raising enough money to ensure that he would be able to make a reasonable bid. Unfortunately, he would soon discover that he wasn't the only one who wanted his father's old patrol car. On the day of the charity event, the atmosphere was charged with anticipation. The auctioneer began taking bids, and the crowd was eager. Tanner, with all the hope and nervous energy of a young man seeking to reclaim a piece of his past, managed to keep up with the flow of the crowd initially. His heart pounded with each successive bid, but his optimism was soon tested. His bid limit approached quickly, and was then surpassed even quicker. Despite his best efforts and the funds he had carefully gathered, the bidding war escalated beyond his reach. In fact, the ending bid was over $60,000, which was far above what the teen could afford. The disparity between his bid and the winning bid was disheartening, to say the least. Grief swept across Tanner's face as he accepted the fact that he had lost the last remnant of his father's memory. His mother and younger brother, standing beside him, tried to comfort him, but it was a fruitless endeavor. The reality of the situation was a heavy blow, and the disappointment was almost too much to bear. Just then, a stranger approached him with an offer he couldn't refuse. Steve Wells, the winning bidder, stepped up to claim his prize as the fallen officer's family watched in disappointment. Tanner's hopes seemed crushed until an unexpected gesture transformed the situation. To their astonishment, Wells walked straight over to Tanner and reached out his hand to give him the keys. His voice was steady, and his intention was clear as he addressed Tanner directly. "Tanner, here's your car," Wells said. Shocked and overwhelmed, the teen accepted the keys to his late father's prized possession. As the reality of the situation washed over him, Tanner hung his head and sobbed before standing up to embrace the man who gifted his father's car to him. The emotional release was profound. The tears were a mix of gratitude, relief, and the deep-seated sorrow that had accompanied him since his father's death. This act of kindness was not just a simple transfer of ownership, it was a restoration of a cherished memory and a tangible connection to his father. "I don't know the word for it, but it's sentimental for me," Tanner later said. The vehicle was more than a mode of transportation. It was a vessel of memories and a symbol of his father's legacy. Tanner explained that he had only met Wells in the parking lot before the auction and had a short conversation with him about his plan to win back his father's patrol car. That brief interaction had clearly left an impression on Wells. Tanner had shared his story, his determination, and his hopes, not knowing the impact it would have. Wells had listened, and it was then that he concocted a plan to help Tanner as well as give to charity, KMGH reports. "He was telling me that he was going to buy the car for the women's shelter, and then when his son told him my story, he from then on was just like, I'm going to buy the car for him," said Tanner. Wells' decision to redirect his bid was a spontaneous act of generosity inspired by Tanner's heartfelt story. For Steve Wells to spend that amount of money on someone he didn't even know, some kid, some 19-year-old at the time, it's just awesome for him to do that. Tanner's story has since gone viral, garnering millions of views. The public's reaction has been overwhelmingly positive, with many people touched by the selflessness displayed by Wells and the deep emotional resonance of Tanner's journey. While he appreciates the positive response he received from people all over the world, Tanner just wants to live a quiet life, remembering the short time he got to spend with his dad. The media attention, though flattering, was not what Tanner sought. He was simply a young man yearning to hold on to his father's memory. "I'll go places and people will be like, "Hey, Tanner," he said. "It's kind of weird that a bunch of people know my face and stuff like that." The unintended fame was an adjustment, but Tanner's focus remained on the personal significance of the car and the memory of his father. Since inheriting his dad's car, Tanner Brownlee has taken special care of the vehicle, refusing to drive it out of the state. The car is more than a machine to him. It's a sacred relic, a physical embodiment of his father's dedication and love. He plans to pass down the car to his own children someday, along with the story of his father's legacy. This gesture ensures that his father's memory will endure not just in his own life, but in the lives of future generations. Steve Wells gave more than just a car that day. He gave a grief-stricken family a piece of their lost loved one back. Tanner will be forever grateful to Wells for restoring his father's patrol car to him so that he can feel closer to his dad. The car stands as a testament to the enduring bond between a father and son and the remarkable kindness of a stranger who understood the true value of a legacy. The story of Tanner Brownlee and Steve Wells serves as a poignant reminder of the impact that acts of kindness can have. It showcases the profound ways in which we can touch the lives of others, sometimes even with simple gestures. In this case, a generous act at an auction became a lifeline for a young man seeking to hold on to the memory of his father. It is a narrative that speaks to the power of empathy, the importance of community, and the enduring strength of familial bonds. Tanner's journey is a beacon of hope and a testament to the fact that, even in the face of loss, the human spirit is capable of remarkable resilience and connection.